In the far reaches of western Tibet, beyond the vast plateaus and windswept valleys, rises a mountain unlike any other on earth. Perfectly symmetrical, eternally snow-capped, and shrouded in mystery. This is Mount Kailash. To millions of people across Asia, Mount Kailash is not just a mountain. It is the throne of the gods, a sacred axis connecting heaven and earth, the very center of the universe itself. But to explorers, scientists, and spiritual seekers, Kailash represents something far deeper, a mystery that refuses to be solved. For thousands of years, no human has ever set foot on its summit, not because they couldn't, but because they dared not. Legends say those who attempt to climb Mount Kailash invite instant death or divine punishment. Even today, in a world where every other peak on earth has been conquered, Kailash remains untouched, a forbidden mountain. To understand why this peak holds such power, we must travel back through time, to ancient scriptures, lost civilizations, and forgotten maps of the spiritual world. In Hinduism, Mount Kailash is believed to be the celestial home of Lord Shiva, the god of destruction and transformation. Here atop the mountain, Shiva is said to sit in eternal meditation, surrounded by clouds and cosmic energy. In Buddhism, it is known as Mount Meru, the center of all physical, metaphysical, and spiritual universes. Every Buddhist believes that making a pilgrimage around the mountain, a ritual known as the Kora, can cleanse a lifetime of sins. For followers of Jainism, it is where their first spiritual leader attained liberation. And for the ancient Bon religion of Tibet, even older than Buddhism, Kailash is the dwelling of the sky god Tonpa Shenrab. 4 major religions, 4 distinct paths, all leading to one sacred mountain. But beyond faith, there is something deeper about Mount Kailash, something physical, geometric, almost mathematical. Satellite images reveal its near-perfect pyramid shape, with 4 symmetrical faces pointing exactly toward the 4 cardinal directions: north, south, east, and west. No other mountain in the world has this exact formation. Was this just a coincidence of nature? Or could Mount Kailash have been shaped by something or someone beyond our understanding? Some ancient texts refer to it as a stairway to the heavens. Others call it the center of the world grid, where powerful energy lines intersect, forming a massive vortex of cosmic force. Pilgrims who approach the mountain often describe feeling dizzy, light-headed, or even euphoric, as if the very air vibrates differently here. Compasses spin wildly, electronics malfunction, and animals act strangely in the surrounding valleys. Science offers explanations: magnetic anomalies, changes in atmospheric pressure, or the high-altitude effects of oxygen deprivation. But to the pilgrims and monks who've walked its sacred path for centuries, these are not coincidences. They are signs of divine energy. Each year, thousands make the arduous journey across the rugged Tibetan plateau to perform the Kora, a 52-kilometer circumambulation around the mountain. It's a journey of devotion, endurance, and faith. Some pilgrims walk. Others crawl on their hands and knees, completing the circuit in weeks, believing that each step brings them closer to enlightenment. To circle Kailash once is said to erase the sins of a lifetime. 13 circuits bring rebirth in paradise, and completing the Kora 108 times leads to ultimate liberation from the cycle of life and death. This is not a metaphor. People actually dedicate their entire lives to this sacred pilgrimage. But as we look deeper into Kailash, the strange coincidences begin to emerge. The mountain stands near the source of 4 of Asia's greatest rivers: the Indus, the Sutlej, the Brahmaputra, and the Karnali, a tributary of the Ganges. These rivers nourish half of the Asian continent. How can one single mountain be the cradle of so many mighty rivers, all flowing in opposite directions? Coincidence or cosmic design? And there's more. If we draw a straight line from the Great Pyramid of Giza to Mount Kailash, it aligns almost perfectly with several other ancient sites: Stonehenge, Mohenjo-Daro, Easter Island, and the Nazca Lines. Could all of these ancient monuments be part of a global network of energy points, an ancient grid of sacred geometry? Many researchers believe that ancient civilizations might have shared a secret knowledge of Earth's energy lines, what we now call ley lines. If that's true, Kailash might be their central node, the heart of the planet's spiritual circuitry. In 1999, a team of Russian scientists reportedly studied satellite data and claimed that Mount Kailash was not a natural formation at all. They believed it might be an enormous, ancient pyramid, possibly the largest ever built, covered by millennia of ice and rock. Their report suggested that the mountain's layered step-like terraces resembled artificial construction rather than natural geological shaping. According to local monks, the Russian scientists left Tibet abruptly, terrified by strange dreams and physical sickness. No official report was ever published, no photographs ever released. And yet, the legend persists. Even the most famous explorers have stayed away. In 1926, the great mountaineer Reinhold Messner declared that climbing Kailash would be a sin. And in 2001, when a team of Spanish climbers requested permission to scale it, the Dalai Lama himself intervened, saying, "Mount Kailash is not meant to be climbed, it is to be revered." Since then, no government, no organization, and no individual has dared to challenge that decree. Every summit on earth has been conquered, Everest, K2, Annapurna. But Kailash remains pure, untouched, eternal. Strangely, there are local stories that describe a luminous palace hidden within the mountain, a crystal city known as Shambhala. Ancient Tibetan texts speak of beings of light who live there, enlightened masters, protectors of humanity, waiting for the world's awakening. Could this myth be connected to the global stories of Agartha, the inner world civilization said to exist beneath our planet's surface? Mount Kailash is often referred to as the northern entrance to this inner world, the gateway to Agartha. UFO sightings in the region are also frequently reported. Locals describe glowing discs appearing over the mountain's summit, hovering silently before vanishing into the clouds. Coincidence, or guardians of something hidden? One of the most astonishing legends comes from ancient Hindu texts. It says that Mount Kailash is the center of a massive cosmic clock, and that its rotation determines the balance of time and reality itself. If this sounds far-fetched, consider this. Every year, on the summer solstice, the shadow of Mount Kailash aligns perfectly with the nearby sacred lake, Mansarovar, forming an almost exact reflection of the mountain. Pilgrims call this the Day of Divine Balance. Scientists have no full explanation for why the shadow and reflection synchronize so precisely. It's as if the mountain itself breathes with the rhythm of the cosmos. Perhaps that's why so many people, even those without religious belief, describe feeling something indescribable when they stand before it. A magnetic pull, a vibration, a sense of being both infinitely small and deeply connected to something vast. Mount Kailash is not merely a geological wonder. It is a mirror reflecting humanity's endless search for meaning, connection, and transcendence. It reminds us that some mysteries are not meant to be solved, only experienced, because sometimes the true journey is not to the summit, but within. Even now, in the age of satellites, drones, and global exploration, Kailash remains one of Earth's last untouchable sanctuaries. Its secrets are guarded not by walls or armies, but by reverence. And perhaps that's what makes it so powerful. As we stand at the foot of this forbidden mountain, gazing up at its eternal peak, one truth becomes clear. The world still holds places that science cannot explain, and perhaps that's exactly how it should be. Thanks for watching. If this story fascinated you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more journeys into the unknown.